Insiders say that during a campaign stop in Pennsylvania tomorrow, Donald Trump will work the fry cooker at a McDonald's where he plans to deep fry the tip of his tie.
That's as good as it gets at Saturday Night Live these days. Well, then they had Alec Baldwin was on. He was on Saturday. They invited him back. I think it's his first time since he shot and killed that woman, isn't it? But when you're a Democrat, that's not really a big thing. You just put one of those little mud flap ladies on the side of your car, like you're a World War II fighter plane, and you put a Japanese battle flag up for every plane you shoot down. Ted Kennedy was the first Democrat with a confirmed kill in the war on women. But Alec Baldwin caught up. He's in good with the Democrat Party, though. Not a big. Well, happy Monday, and welcome back. Welcome back. Don't you always think of Welcome Back, Kotter, the Kotter song? You got to think of Welcome Back, your dreams were your ticket out and all that stuff. I have so much to say. Having been in Chicago over the weekend, my best girl and I came back to Washington yesterday. We flew to Chicago Thursday evening. We flew to Chicago, and as you might imagine, spent the night there. And then did the big radio broadcast from WLS in Chicago on Friday, and then we had our Politics and a Pint. We had a big Politics and a Pint event, and I want to talk about that as we go forward today and thank all the nice people there because there are so many nice people there. It's really nice going to Chicago. And I got to say, the city of Chicago looking beautiful over the weekend. We didn't see any Venezuelan gangs. I think they were maintaining a low profile. Maybe a different part of town or something. But we didn't see the Venezuelan gangs marauding as the Democrats like to have the Venezuelan gangs do. I've got a lot to say. President Trump working the French fry, the fryer at McDonald's, and serving people their meals at the drive-thru with a number of fun moments, and I want to share those with you. I also want to just pause for a moment because I received a package here at the radio station in Washington, D.C., a package sent, and I'm not going to use any names because that would be wrong, but from West Deptford, New Jersey, I received a package in the mail, and it's a beauty. It's a honey, not the package itself, but the contents of the package. And I don't give away names. Unless, a specific authorization from the NFL. But a very nice note and a coin, a challenge coin, and it's a honey. It's the United States Secret Service counter sniper coin. And it's a really cool one. And it's got the counter sniper with binoculars and the rifle on a bipod on a roof. You can see there are shingles, and there's the counter sniper on a roof looking with binoculars. United States Secret Service counter sniper. And it's specific to the day that President Trump was shot in Pennsylvania, in Butler, Pennsylvania. So on the front of the coin, United States Secret Service counter sniper with the image laid into the coin. And then on the back side of the coin, a 1 in a million shot, it says. And it has the graphic as though you're looking through the sight of a rifle scope. And it says 6:11 p.m., July 13, 2024. It's very specific to the moment that President Trump was shot and wounded by a would-be assassin. And he, of course, murdered one American and wounded two more, in addition to shooting President Trump through the ear, missing by that much. And great coin. So great stuff. Now, I'll just go send and thank, I'll say JB. Thank JB for the nice gift. JTB, to be more specific. But that's it, because, without specific prior consent, you can't just go using people's names, especially when you have a background that, you might want to keep your name out of it. And I know a lot of people that want to keep their name out of it. Know what I mean? Do you know a lot of people want to keep their name out of it? I certainly do. depending on what world you come from. So listen, lot to talk about. So thank you very much. It's a great one. It really is. And I don't have the biggest collection of coins in the world, but I've got some pretty good ones, I've got to say. And this is a really good one, a really custom, cool one, no doubt about it. All right, now let's get to some President Trump, because the headline at the left-wing radical death cult Mediaite: Trump serves up McDonald's drive-through orders and claims Harris, quote, lied, end quote, about working there in all-time bizarre photo op. That's the headline from the left-wing radicals. You know what's bizarre is claiming that you worked at McDonald's when nobody remembers you ever working in McDonald's anywhere, not the owner of the McDonald's franchise, not the co-workers who were there, not your classmates, nobody. She says that she worked at McDonald's without evidence. There is no evidence that she did work at McDonald's, but she lies with alacrity and great comfort and ease. Remarkable stuff. Now, the Washington Free Beacon, a real organization, a real news organization, a real newspaper. Trump serves up fries under golden arches, drawing attention to Harris's questionable claim. Her questionable claim. What's her questionable claim? Her questionable claim is that she worked at McDonald's. She's trying to be like, oh, I'm a regular person just like you. I worked at McDonald's when I was, I don't know, what? Younger, I guess. Oh, and it was her birthday yesterday, too. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday, Kamala's birthday? Because what did she turn? 85 years old. She didn't really. She turned 60, though. And that's okay, because her birthday. You say it's your birthday. I thought about whipping out the old Barack Obama birthday song for her, but that's kind of special to Barack Obama, don't you think? That one has always been special. Yeah, October 20th of 1964, Kamala Harris was born, and so she turned 60 years old yesterday. And she didn't look too bad for 60. She looks okay for 60 years old, I've got to say. But she's dumb. That's one of the things, that she hasn't accumulated a lot of knowledge over the course of 6 decades. She's ignorant. I like to pronounce it ignorant because it's more fun that way. Now let's go to President Trump, because President Trump did serve up fries at McDonald's, and it was a really fun event. He's running for president, and he's got a white shirt on, his usual white shirt. He took off his jacket, his suit jacket. He's got a red tie, the classic Trump tie. You know, his company manufactures the ties and things. And then he put on a McDonald's apron, and he hung out with a young guy. I would say the young guy was 22 years old. I'm thinking he had got a little bit of a beard, kind of a goatee beard, and he looked like a smiling guy. It was a bit awkward and a little bit nervous, I think, for the young guy who was running the fryer. And President Trump's talking to him, and he's literally, learning the process and paying attention and listening to the young man and all this stuff. But the Washington Free Beacon with the headline, Trump serves fries under the golden arches, drawing attention to Harris's questionable claims. And President Trump, in quotation marks in the sub-headline, I've now worked for 15 minutes more than Kamala, Trump says, because she claimed, and the news media, they don't even know that it's a mock, right? First of all, he's gone out and he's being a regular guy, and he's going to McDonald's, and he likes McDonald's, and he eats McDonald's. And the news media is attacking him for everything because that's what they do. But it was in Feasterville, Trevose, Pennsylvania. I don't know where that is. I think it's outside of Philadelphia, based on what I've heard. In a made-for-TV effort to raise questions about one of his opponent's central campaign claims, former President Donald Trump worked a short shift at a Bucks County, Pennsylvania McDonald's on Sunday afternoon. Speaking, and it was really a lot of fun, speaking through a drive-through window, the squawker, hi, what's your order, please, at a Feasterville Trevose McDonald's franchise, Trump, and apparently the franchise owner is a Trump supporter and invited him. And Trump said, yeah, let's do that. Trump, sporting a McDonald's apron, told reporters, now I've worked at McDonald's. I've worked for 15 minutes more than Kamala. She never worked here, he says. He was referring to the Democrat presidential nominee Kamala Harris's claim to have worked at the fast food chain for a summer during college, while her campaign originally said she worked there to pay her way through college. Harris was forced to dial back that claim and has since said she worked the job for extra cash. Just needed some dope money, some pot money, I think. Given the campaign's shifting narratives about the job, the Washington Free Beacon report in August raised questions about whether Harris had actually worked at McDonald's. And this is, just one of those questions. The news media are corrupt, filthy news media, doesn't care. It's one of those basic things like, if they lie about this, then they'll lie about everything. So if she's going to tell you something, check it out. There used to be a saying in newsrooms, when your mother tells you she loves you, get a second source. But when Democrats say, oh, yeah, I walked on the moon in 1969, the New York Times nods and says, yeah, she walked on the moon in 1969. That was her. So again, the Washington Free Beacon raised questions about it and whether she actually worked at McDonald's. Since then, neither she nor her campaign nor the McDonald's Corporation have substantiated the claim. And though a New York Times report on Sunday said it had located a Harris pal to whom Harris's deceased mother had mentioned the gig. Now, wait a minute. What's that? They've got a dead person that mentioned it years ago. And the New York Times says, good enough for me. Harris has an old pal, but the old pal's deceased mother, Harris's deceased mother, had mentioned the gig to some pal. Sure. And that's good enough for the New York Times. All right, now let's go to President Trump, because it was some fun stuff. Here he is. He's at McDonald's, and he's paying for people's meals too, because he's Trump. When he was president, he was making $400,000 a year, being paid $400,000 a year for being president, and he turned over the paychecks and didn't actually take any money. Joe Biden, on the other hand, well, so here's President Trump at McDonald's yesterday in Pennsylvania.
Okay, let's say. You believe this? Look at this guy. He's a MAGA guy all the way.
Okay, so for his first order, yup.
Well, that's a good-looking group. Hello, everybody.
He's at the drive-thru.
This is not a normal situation, is it, huh? How are you? What a good-looking family. How did you produce those good-looking kids? Oh, they look like the wife. They look like the wife. How are you? Nice to see you.
They look like the wife.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
Right here.
Thank you.
We're going to have you in Bucks County.
And there'll be no charge. Trump is paying for it. Is that okay?
2024.
Oh, you're
Trump
doing
is
some
paying
extra
for it.
stuff.
Oh, okay, great.
This is all on Trump.
Oh, hold on.
It's on
I'm
Trump.
allowed to do that, right?
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
check and make sure it's
Okay.
everything you said it would be.
It better be. It's going to be the best you ever. I made it myself.
You're the man. Make America great.
That's their order. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Make America Great Again. A nice family, and they pull up my what? Like what? And he said, and Trump, he's a third person. And now I'm paying for it. Trump's paying for it, and the family loves it. And they're having a great time. Nice looking family. How'd you make those nice looking kids? It's the mother. It's the mother. Oh, he's insulting the man and flattering the woman, and the kids are agog and like, what is going on here? What a trip. I've got a lot more of that coming up because it's fun. And it's Monday, and we're tomorrow. It's 2 weeks away from Election Day. Although don't expect we're going to know who won on Election Day. Who was that said that last week? Oh, yeah, it was the CBS elections expert who said, don't expect we're going to have the winner on Election Day. Come on. You know that America's strength isn't just built, it's also worn. We wear it. And for those who put in the hours to get things done in America, G-Defy shoes are made right, and they're made right for you. With patented VersaShock technology, G-Defy shoes, they don't just talk about comfort, they engineer comfort. with every step you take, G-Defy shoes helps to absorb harmful shock and provide trampoline-like energy return. My best girl and I, we have pairs of G-Defy shoes, hike around the city in them, and your arches, your feet feel better after a hike than they did before you start hiking. They're designed for hardworking people, for parents, for people who stand tall no matter what. All you have to do is go to gdefy.com, gdefy.com. Use the code Chris. That's me, and you're going to get $20 off your order of $100 or more. That's the code Chris for $20 off an order of $100, because even champions need to rest. Go to gdefy.com today. Yes, sir. Yeah, President Trump. It gets even more fun. It gets even more fun from there. And the lady that escaped Brazil, what did she have to say to President Trump? We got that coming up. Little bit of Kamala and one of her heroes, Lizzo, the lizard woman. And her language is harsh because they're keeping it classy. That's coming up.
This is all on Trump.
Oh, all on Trump.
I'm allowed to do that, right?
Yes.
All right, let's go to the telephones, Michael. We're going to get back to President Trump and Lizzo. Right now, let's go to Roger calling from Indiana. Roger is driving a truck because he's a truck driver. Roger, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Good morning, Chris. I just wanted to say I had a wonderful time at Politics in a Pint. I had the privilege of quenching your thirst when you look thirsty at the dinner, when you were speaking to the WLS newsman, Nick Gale.
Uh-huh.
And we just enjoyed it tremendously. Me and my girlfriend, Kelly, bought the tickets way in advance. You were every bit as gracious and as generous in person as you are on the radio. We're huge fans of both the radio show and your television show, The Right Squad. That's our date night. We snuggle down when I don't have to be up at 2 a.m. to haul milk. And we watch the show at 9 o'clock at night. We just had a great evening, and it was wonderful to see you. We were just, and we had the extra privilege of getting to see, not necessarily introducing, because you wanted to be respectful. You know, it was kind of a family event for you with your brothers there, and we saw everybody because we're at the table next to you, and you guys are a fine bunch of people, and we hope that you come back out again because we really enjoyed it.
Well, you're very kind. You were part of a fine bunch of people. Now, you were sitting, the table next to us right behind. You brought me a Sam Adams. Is that right?
That's correct. Yep, you do remember correctly. Yes, sir. I didn't know when to do it, but you're in the middle of dinner. Didn't mean to interrupt you in dinner, but me and my girlfriend noticed you were looking maybe like you could use a little quenching because the one bottle was a little low.
You're a very perceptive man. I'm very grateful that you are there. Thank you. Donald Trump lawyer. Do you remember the Donald Trump lawyer, Michael Cohen? Michael Cohen, not a high-quality person, I think it would be fair to say. And he got in trouble. He got in trouble with the law and with Congress, and he ended up going to jail. He was a lawyer. I guess he's still a lawyer. I'm not sure if he's been disbarred, in which case he wouldn't be an attorney anymore, but he'd still be a lawyer. But in any case, he's been battling President Trump, trying to get money out of him, because he said, oh, Trump used the Justice Department against me because I wrote a nasty book about him. And now, and he's taken and he argued and he lost in court and then he lost again in court and he's appealing and appealing. And now we just learned the Supreme Court of the United States rejects lawyer Michael Cohen's lawsuit against Trump over alleged retaliation. And Shannon Bream, the wonderful Shannon Bream at Fox News, has the story. The Supreme Court dismissed ex-lawyer Michael Cohen's appeal to revive a lawsuit against former President Donald Trump on Monday, shutting down Cohen's accusations for the last time. Cohen had claimed his 2020 imprisonment was retaliation by Trump's administration for publishing a book critical of the former president. Well, there'd be a lot of people in jail if that were the standard, because there have been a lot of books that have been very, very critical of President Trump. The lawsuit had sought monetary damages from Trump, naturally. Former U.S. Attorney General William Barr and federal prison officials and the federal government. He's suing everybody. Michael Cohen has exhausted every avenue of his pathetic attempt to drag my client into court time and time again. As expected, the Supreme Court has correctly denied Michael Cohen's petition, and he must finally abandon his frivolous and desperate claims, said Alina Habba, an attorney for President Trump. Now, Michael Cohen actually served, 3 years behind bars for several federal crimes related to his work for Trump, including lying to Congress. Well, they do that all the time, though. Why would just one person go to jail? He was released on home confinement during the pandemic, but then he was sent back to prison after refusing to sign an agreement limiting his postings on social media and contact with the press. I don't think I like the sound of that very much. But never mind that. He argued that he was sent back to prison and shackled and placed in solitary confinement, like all the January 6 people who were wandering around on the lawn there. On the alleged orders of Trump and Justice Department officials in July of 2020, in retaliation for his writing his first tell-all book. And no one found that convincing. Nobody found the argument to be convincing, so that is over with, and he can do whatever he's going to do now. Womp, womp, womp.
I have lied, but I am not a liar.
Sure. Well, now he can run for politics as a Democrat because, crazy man, crazy.
He intends to use SEAL Team 6 or the military within which to round up his critics or his opponents. He intends to do it. And I say that with firsthand experience.
He says that with firsthand experience. He knows. All right. Now let's get back to President Trump, because, the crazy never stops around President. And it's always they say, oh, he's the agent of chaos. He's the president of chaos. And it's them. It is the fanatics, the people suffering from Trump derangement syndrome that cause the chaos, create the chaos. And then they say, see, everywhere he goes, there's chaos, entirely because of them. But never mind all that. All right, now let's go back to the audio sound bites of President Trump, because President Trump at McDonald's, and it is soundbite number 2 we've arrived at, because we've only got to one soundbite so far, but that's okay. It's 10:39 p.m. I tell you, I also want to mention, since our great and wonderful caller, Roger, was just on the horn there talking about politics and a pint, which we held Friday night just outside of Chicago, a nice Italian restaurant, and there were 3 million people. There weren't 3 million people. That's an exaggeration. There were 300 to 350 people at a restaurant. Everybody had dinner, sit-down dinner and everything, and we had a great time. It really was wonderful, and the great morning show hosts on WLS were there as well. Ray Stevens and Nick Gale, and in fact Roger, who were you just talking to, truck driver. He's driving in Indiana and came up to Chicago for the event. Got to get up at 2:00 in the morning, deliver the milk while it's fresh, because Roger, and you heard him, and he's obviously a great guy and a bright guy, and speaking well. He sounded like a radio broadcaster, didn't he? A good one though, not like the other ones, but just great. Politics and a pint. And he did grab me a Sam Adams, because I was a little low. It's true. I was sitting there and I was trying to eat some Italian food, and I was a little low. So Roger brought me a beer, and that was very thoughtful, very nice indeed. Great stuff. But I want to thank the nice people, because they're just wonderful. And the people at WLS in Chicago are so great. the program director there is Stephanie Titchener, and she's just so wonderful. She's great. And the morning guys, Ray Stevens and Nick Gale, and I got to go into the studio on Friday and sit down with them for about 10 minutes and just laugh and make fun of everybody around us. Wonderful. And the general manager there is a guy named Marv Nyron, and he not only did he give us a ride out to the location of the thing, but just a great guy and entertaining my brothers. Two of my brothers, as Roger mentioned, two of my brothers were there for the evening, and one with his wife, one with his girlfriend. But that's okay because the one with the girlfriend, he's not married at the moment. So, and actually, both of the my brothers were there with their high school sweethearts. One is married to his high school sweetheart many years later, and the other, no longer married to his first bride, is now dating his high school sweetheart. How about that? That says good stuff about you, I think. That's great stuff. But I honestly want to say thank you to Stephanie and to Marv for just putting on a great event and having great people working for you. And the events people, WLS, just wonderful. And photographs and all the people that attended were just great. Really, everybody. There wasn't one person in the room who were like, oh, that guy's misbehaving. Everybody was just great. And Ray Stevens and Nick Gale, the morning show guys on WLS, hilariously funny and fun. Great people. So I wanted to say thanks to everybody there because it was a great event. And Tom Hush, wonderful. Ramblin' Ray Stevens and Nick Gale. And it was a great event. And there were 300, I'll just say about 300 people. And very nice. And you had to, buy your dinner and everything to come in. And everybody was great. There were lots of military people and police people, and a lot of people in the room were packing heat, which is great. Got to love a room full of people packing heat. All right, now let's get back to, enough about me. Let's get back to President Trump. And soundbite number 2, numero due. Due, that's Italian. Dos, that's Espanol. Numero dos. I always stumble through my Spanish-Italian. All right, let's go to President Trump. Here he is at the fryer with where they make the French fries, and they're delicious. And there's a young man who's showing him how to use it, and there's a more adult man who's there too, who's kind of hovering around, but minding his own business and keeping out of the thing a little bit. And I assume he's the franchise owner. I don't know that for certain, but that was my conclusion. He's a franchise owner. But here's President Trump with a young guy, I'm guessing 22 years old, who's operating the fryer, and he's teaching. He was chosen to teach President Trump how to make the fries at McDonald's, something that Kamala never did. President Trump at the McDonald's in Pennsylvania yesterday.
We got to hit that timer, bring that one up. I'm going to take care of these. Okay.
You can hear it shaking the fries. They were looking good watching the video. And he's getting the cardboard cartons, with the large fry, popping it open, using the stainless steel device to fill one of the...
That right, far right, hang it right up there. Yeah. And then, you want to do the salt over here? Yeah. I did these ones already, they're good. You just got to do that one right there. So grab that.
Can we give him extra salt?
No.
You know what extra salt is? Come on, hey, it's extra. No, not extra. So just the right amount. But it's his first day at McDonald's. Come on, I love this little moment too, with he's putting the fries in the red McDonald's cardboard French fry holder. I don't know what you call it, the carton and whatever, the thing that the fries come in, and he's shaking it, and they're like, the fries are never touched. Now, I think this might be the franchise owner guy back there. Fried, never touched by human hands. Don't touch the fries.
We got the salt on it. Never touches the human hand.
See?
Nice and full.
Thank you.
Never touches a human hand. Nice and full. You got to don't want to skimp. There's no skimping. And I like never touched by a human hand until you touch it. I tell you, there's a McDonald's on the way home when I leave the radio station. I'm thinking about McDonald's fries. I'm not sure. I'll have to check, see what's going on at home first. But President Trump, and he's a fast food guy. He likes fast food. We know that about him. We've seen this demonstrated again and again.
I love McDonald's. I love jobs. I like to see good jobs. And I think it's inappropriate when somebody puts down all over the place that she worked at McDonald's. It was a big part of her resume that she worked at McDonald's, how tough a job it was. She specifically worked at the French fry, where they make the French fries. And she talked about the heat. It was so tough. She never worked at McDonald's. McDonald's just confirmed that again, by the way. She never worked at McDonald's. In other words, she's lying Kamala.
Live from now on, she's lying Kamala. And she never worked at McDonald's. McDonald's just confirmed that again, he said. I don't know if McDonald's did confirm that again, but maybe they did. They should one way or the other. I think they probably have records of people that worked at McDonald's over time. I'm just guessing, but I'm thinking that's got to be the case. And the fry, never touched by human hands. Never touched by human hands. McDonald's. And he does love fast food. He never worked at McDonald's as a kid because he was working as father at a company, and he was getting the show on the road, becoming a multi-billionaire, putting up skyscrapers all over the world and all that stuff. But she never worked at McDonald's. From now on, she's lying Kamala. There it is. And President Trump, a reporter, got in, and he wasn't being obnoxious. Actually, he was just talking to press. Hey, you're working at McDonald's now.
Mr. President, you actually have worked at McDonald's now versus...
Now I have worked at McDonald's. I've now worked for 15 minutes more than Kamala.
Are you going to put this on your resume?
I never worked here.
Are you going to put this on your resume? Not bad. Pretty fine. Those are the kinds of questions that Joe Biden usually gets. And Kamala, what's your favorite ice cream? Hey, what kind of sandwich are you having? Not like, what about the war in the Middle East? And then a woman came up to the drive-thru, and she's from Brazil, and she's talking to President Trump. They're having a nice conversation. And there are other people in the car with the lady, family members. And she begs him, don't let the United States go the way of Brazil.
A lot of fun here, everybody.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Look at all the fake news over there. Hello, everybody.
You can fake this,
And
right?
you know this is compliments of Trump, okay?
Yes, thank
Okay.
you. Mr. President,
Yes.
please don't let the United States become Brazil, my native Brazil.
We'll keep
Please,
it good.
Please.
We're going to make it better than ever, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, Mr.
Compliments
President.
of Trump.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please don't let it become Brazil, my native Brazil. I fled to get away from what Brazil's become, and everybody recognizes, just like Mani earlier, who escaped Iran when the Ayatollahs took over. I see authoritarianism coming to the United States because the left is here. And President Trump, he's in the window at the drive-thru at McDonald's, and listen to this. They've got like saying, hey, thanks for taking a bullet for us.
I could do this all day. I wouldn't mind this job. I like this job. I think I might come back and do it again.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Mr.
Look at that. How are you?
Thank you, Mr. President.
Nice to see you.
You made it possible for ordinary people like us to meet you.
You're not ordinary.
I mean, thank you so much
You
for
are not
everything you're
ordinary. I
doing.
can see.
We pray for you, and you are the type of person we want to be the president.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So nice. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Bye.
Yeah, I took a bullet. That's right.
Thank you, Mr. President.
When you think about it, I guess that's right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I took a bullet. Yeah, when you think about it, I guess that's right. Yeah, it's like he forgot about it. He's busy. He's busy doing stuff. Isn't that amazing? Wah. Well. You know that an unforgettable meal brings people together. That's what a good meal does, and nothing makes a meal unforgettable like the unrivaled quality and tastiness of Omaha steaks. You can taste the difference and right now save 50% off site-wide during Omaha Steaks semi-annual sale. All you have to do is go to omahasteaks.com, and when you go with the 50% off sale, you're going to get another $30 off just by writing my last name in as the code name. It's a code. It's a secret because you hang out with me. Their legendary steaks are selected from the finest grain-finished beef for superior marbling, and then they're hand-cut by master butchers in America's heartland. Then each and every steak is flash frozen right at the moment of carving to retain its rich, juicy, delicious flavor. And right now, you can save 50% off site-wide the entire website on their mouth-watering steaks and a whole lot more during their semi-annual sale at omahasteaks.com. And because you listen to my humble radio show, you're going to get another $30 off with the code PLANTE, P-L-A-N-T-E. That's 50% off, plus an extra $30 off at OMAHA, omahasteaks.com, with the code PLANTE. A minimum purchase may apply. Visit omahasteaks.com for details. Yes, sir. Yeah, Trump right at home. He's like, hey, I like this. I think I might come back and do this again. Hey, thanks for taking a bullet for us. And that's the accent man's from India or Pakistan, presumably. Thankful, happy. And the nice lady from Brazil, right? And we had Mani from Iran here. This is a great, great country. You want to join Team America? You're welcome. You just want to run over us? We're going to have to talk.
Please don't let the United States become Brazil, my native Brazil.
We'll keep it good.
The Democrats have a really demented, crazy Congresswoman named Barbara Lee. And Barbara Lee was on MSDNC yesterday, and they're attacking President Trump for going to McDonald's. And, you know, they're really bad at being mocked. It's a Saul Alinsky rule, that mockery, ridicule, very important tool. And Congresswoman Barbara Lee, I'm looking at the clock now. I'm going to hit pause for a second because Congresswoman Barbara Lee, they don't follow the news, these Democrats, including members of Congress and including their news anchors. They don't follow the news at all. But this crazy woman, Barbara Lee, was on MSDNC, which is staffed by crazy women and some crazy hermaphrodites. But Barbara Lee was on, hey, what's with this working McDonald's thing with Donald Trump? And they don't understand it, and they're not smart enough to sort it out. But I'll try to help her. I'll try to help Barbara Lee and the anchors there. Why is Trump at McDonald's working the French fry fryer? What's up with that?